Well, thank you so much, Leanne, and coming back to the Constitutional Court, and it's such an honor and a privilege always to speak to the man who's sitting next to me right now, Justice Albie Sachs, and a man who has dedicated his life to the freedom, the civil liberties that you and I enjoy today. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning.
It's wonderful to be speaking to you. It's especially wonderful to do so in the Constitutional Court, and especially wonderful with that marvelous flag behind us, because I remember so well, we had this building, Justice under a tree. If you look down, if the camera can pick up, it looks like dappled light filtering through the traditional African way of resolving disputes to try and create something like that. And we had two little flags at the sides, looking so miserable. There's nothing worse than a drooping flag, needing a bit of Viagra. So the architect said, we'll give you a flag. The African Women's Cooperative, Art Cooperative in Durban will create a flag, and they created that wonderful, wonderful flag. I normally don't like flags, country or death. I adore our flag. It's got too many colors. It's not artistic at all, and it came with our freedom. And every time I walked past, I would brush it with my arm.
It certainly is a beautiful one, and I love the fact that, as you say, that Women's Cooperative, their names, the women who actually made this flag, their names are on it as well.
Yes, we're away from that anonymous people working and doing things unnoticed and disregarded. Their names are there. They helped to build the new South Africa through struggle. Now they help to creating a kind of, it's more than adornment, a fabric, a texture, a feel, a quality, that this is a vibrant country with lively people who speak their minds, who demand their rights.
Justice Sachs, we are here to celebrate 30 years of the South African Constitutional Court. As someone who helped craft our Constitution, its views, its values, how do you feel we've done in these 30 years of at least the Constitutional Court being the center for actually protecting that Constitution? Have we done well? Have we lived up to what you envisioned?
I think the court has been truly a shining example in South Africa of not only of integrity, of intelligence, of warmth, of humanity, and intervened at times of exceptionally important for the country when there was great controversy over antiretrovirals for, in particular case, women living with HIV, about to give birth, and they can't get novirapine, and the doctors order it, it's being provided free, they want it, and government is sticking and saying, no, we have to get experience for 2 years. People come to court, and we say our Constitution says everyone has the right of adequate health care. The government must take progressive measures to realize the right within available resources. It's a right, and it transformed South Africa. Our people were dying thousands every day, and we created the biggest antiretroviral program in the world because of the Constitution, because of the court. That's just one example. Another example would be the death penalty. I know lots of people think, if we bring it back, we'll get rid of crime. The death penalty is government cruelty. It's cold-bloodedly killing. It's reducing value of life. It went with whipping. Mainly black bodies being whipped, mainly black people being hanged. And we're saying cruelty is not part of a criminal justice system. We've got to find other ways that are more effective. I remember the case where we allowed two people who fell in love and lived together and wanted to celebrate the union in public and were told, you can't, you're both women. Why not? Why not? Why couldn't they? Came to court, our Constitution gave them the right to express their love and their mutual fidelity through the law in a public way by simply saying, I do. So it's a whole range of different things, helping homeless people, evicted, not being given alternative accommodation, dealing with complex issues of hate speech. In that sense, we've been a world leader a world leader, not just a good court, and our decisions are quoted by top courts all over the world. In Canada, I was there recently. In Ukraine, I was there before the war started. The judge was telling me on the European Court of Human Rights, they look to our decisions. In Germany, with a wonderful, very famous top constitutional court, they look to our decisions. So in that sense, it's been a beacon. We haven't done everything in South Africa as well as we could have, as we should have. But one area in which I believe we have excelled has been in terms of constitutional justice.
So, and I want to pick up on that, because if you listen to the critics, some of the critics will say that South Africa, and through our constitution, what we've done is that we have basically prioritized civil and political rights over a transformative economy and the rights that come with that, and which is potentially what has landed us in this position where we are the most unequal society in the world. When you reflect as one of the crafters of this constitution, as someone who sat on this bench behind us, how do you respond to the critics?
Okay. Social economic rights are in our constitution. I've mentioned the case of the antiretrovirals. That's not a civil political right, that's a right to health. We've had important cases on right to education. We've dealt with homelessness and evictions to introduce some elements of humanity into stressful social processes. We've been there. We've upheld the rights of workers, the right to strike, the right to collective bargaining. These rights are taken for granted in South Africa now. The Constitution gives women the right to decide, do I bear the child or not? It's controversial in many countries. Our Constitutional Assembly took a decision. It's a freedom right that women have. It's in the Constitution. And it gives women a dignified choice instead of going to backstreet abortions. There are a whole range of things like that. Also the things, my books were banned. And I was an advocate and a white person and clever. The books of the people protesting, banned, leaders banned, people thrown into prison without trial. All of those things were standard under apartheid. We don't have them. We take them for granted. We're very vibrant, sometimes too vibrant even in Parliament. But better that than that we are quiescent and we don't feel muzzled. South Africans speak out. All of that's connected with the Constitution. So you are sitting in this court, you can ask me the hard questions, and I don't say, who the hell do you think you are? We've done so much, sacrificed so much. Not at all. I'm so grateful. I'm so pleased that hard questions are being asked all the time, that people in positions of public responsibility and power are being challenged all the time. And that's what gives me hope.
Well, of course, you're going to hear so much more throughout the day from people like Justice Albie Sachs. Thank you so much once again. Always a pleasure sitting down with you. And this, of course, coming to you from inside the Constitutional Court and the bench on which Justice Albie Sachs sat for so many years. And this is where we're going to leave it for Morning Live. But of course, we continue on the agenda, and so many guests still to come that you certainly will enjoy. But Leanne, it's back to you in studio.